It's lawn season again, and I've got my Husqvarna YTH22V46 that I'm going to get out and start doing a little bit of maintenance to it, and I'll show you a little bit of that and what I'm going to do as I go through this. Not going to be a full maintenance on this, but I'm going to get this thing cleaned up. We are going to change blades, we're going to clean the air filter, we're going to grease the front axles, and then just make sure the belt is in good shape before we start cutting for the season. I've got the mower washed off. I don't put water on this mower though, but maybe once a year to help keep down any of the rust. So that's why you saw the grass all over it. Normally I just blow it off at the end of the season, but I just got lazy and didn't get time to do that. First piece I'm going to do is the blades. And what I do for my mower is I put this thing on jack stands, and I put the jack stands under the front of the frame. You may want to have somebody help you out lifting the mower, put the jack stands. Some people have ramps you can drive that up on. My mower's not super heavy, so I'm able to use somebody to help me lift that up, put the jack stands. Make sure your brake is on, and I put a chock behind the rear wheel, and then I also make sure that the clutch is engaged so this thing can't roll forward to back. These are the blades I'm going with. Mine is a 46-inch cut. So I like to use the Husqvarna blades. I've had good success with their oils and their parts, so I always try to use their parts when I can. If you're looking for this part number, this is for the 46-inch cut. This is OEM part number 532403107. And I'll have links in the description for that as well if you have a 46-inch or if you're just looking for blades for your Husqvarna mower just like me. So underneath my mower, I have two blades. I'm going to start on this one first. This is a 5/8 or a 16 millimeter, whichever socket you have. And it is not reverse thread or anything. So just like you would normally loosen the bolt, you're going to take that out. And there's going to be some notches in the blade to help you line that back up. And you're going to tighten that back up. For comparison, there's the old blade I took off, and here's the new blade. The old blades are not terribly dull, and I could probably sharpen that. But with that curve, how I like the mulching blade, sometimes it's just really not worth it. And the time I'm going to try to put into sharpening that, I could just buy these and put these on. The only difference on these blades that you need to keep in mind is that it does have a grass side down. So if you see that, it's kind of stamped in the blade. Easiest way to tell too is this is going to be kind of curving downward. So if you're putting it on like that, you'll know right away the cutting edge is upside down. So you need to have it like that. Look for that stamp, and if the stamp is not on there, look for this blade right here. You should be able to see the blade surface on the side facing up on the upside of the mower. I left the blade loose so I can show you the drive gear teeth right there and the teeth that are into the blade. So if you're not in that section before you tighten the bolt, you're not going to have a blade that's going to rotate properly. So as you tighten that bolt, just make sure you're in that drive gear with the blade, then finish tightening down and torque this bolt. All right, a quick tip on tightening up that bolt, because when you try to tighten it, your blade's going to rotate like that. So what I do is hold the wrench steady, and then I grab the back side of the blade with my hand, and I'll push the wrench, and I'll pull the blade, and make sure that that's 100% tight, and that makes sure your blade's not going to spin while you're trying to torque this down. Both blades are on now, and the last thing you want to check while you're under here is do a full rotation to make sure your blades are not contacting anywhere on the side of the cutting deck. And then you can see I've got my second blade over there, and I'm making sure that it's not going to hit that second blade when it makes a rotation. The next maintenance item on mine is the air filter. And I've already looked, and my pre-filter doesn't look that dirty. So for this season, I'm just going to take this off, blow it out, and reinstall it. If my pre-filter was really caked up, I would go ahead and replace this filter completely. But for my application right now, I don't think it's necessary. I've got the filter blown out and back installed, and like I suspected with my pre-filter not being that dirty, the filter itself wasn't that dirty. So there was no filter replacement in my application today. But if your pre-filter looks really dirty and you take off that and look underneath there and your filter is dirty, you should just go ahead and replace that completely. I'm getting about 1.5 seasons on my filter though, so for me, no big deal. Saved just a little bit of money blowing that one out. Didn't take but about 5 minutes. And I just use compressed air. Just be careful not to tear up the filter itself or tear up the pre-filter when you do that. I'm going to take the belt off to put some belt dressing on. You can do this on the mower, but it gets a little sticky sometimes on the cutting deck, so if you want to take it off, I suggest you take your belt off. These are 3/8 on this mower. Already taken that loose for you. And then these right here, these were 1/2 inch, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, these were 1/2 inch here and here. This is kind of the belt guard. So on mine, you have to take this off to get your belt out. These also hold that axle that rotates the blade, so they're going to be pretty tight. And a matter of fact, I went to go take the opposite side off, and you're going to get an impromptu repair on how to get the stud out because one of the bolts broke. So that has to come out, and then the belt will come off the pulleys here. I'm going to go ahead and get this belt dressed and then get it back on, and I'll show you that impromptu repair on how to replace that bolt that's already broke now. Okay, here's the impromptu repair. The belt guard is on the inside, on this opposite side on the lawnmower, and it has 2 of these bolts. Actually, 2 of these bolts hold that guard on. I've already got it loose right here. And the head snapped off on this one right here, trying to take it off to get the belt off. So I've got to take these 2 more out right here. I'm going to drop this whole assembly out. I did take this large nut off the top. This is a 7/8. That's going to allow me to take this pulley off and drop that whole section down out of the axle area right there. All right, I've got the cutting axle out, and a second one broke right here. This one at least has somewhere I can grab on the top here. There's a little bit of stud here on the bottom. So I've sprayed some penetrant oil in that area. I'm going to try to heat these up and then see if I can pull these out without doing any further repair. I got the bolts out, and I had to cut a flat edge with my Dremel tool, if you could see that, on both sides. Luckily I had enough studs sticking out on either side, was able to do that. This one I had to kind of do where the threads were. So I cut that, grabbed it with the vice grips, I put some penetrant oil in the hole, and then I put heat on it for about 10 to 15 minutes just so it would expand. One thing to keep in mind on my lawnmower, these bolts are kind of like a triangular shape, almost like they are locking bolts as soon as you put them in. I'm assuming the difference in metals here being aluminum and looks like steel, that's what locked that up. I do have some spare bolts, not the exact ones from the factory. Good thing is that they're the same thread and the same length, even though this one looks longer. It's just a starter tip there. It helps line that bolt up for you. I'm going to get everything back reassembled, and we'll start back up on the lawnmower maintenance. The belt's back on, all the shrouds and covers are back on, and now I've moved on to greasing these axles on the front of the mower. You have these grease zerks on both sides, and you pump that in until you see a little bit kind of squeeze out of the bottom of the axle there. That lets you know that you've got enough in there. The grease I use, if you're looking for a good grease, this is what I use, Maxima waterproof grease. And I'll have links for this in the description if you're interested in greases like this. And I just use just a standard grease gun. You may have a battery-powered grease gun or something, but this does fine for me. The last pieces I'm going to work on right now is I'm going to spray some of this silicone lube on the steering gear parts that move. Any really rotating part or moving part, I'm going to go ahead and put this on there. And you can use any kind of silicone that you like, but I'll have a link for this one as well because I use this one on my camper. There's a few more maintenance items on this mower that I didn't show you today. Some of those I did mid-season last year, and as they come up this season, I'll do those in more of a review. One specific was the fuel filter. I didn't replace that today, but that's a very simple fix, very simple change. I didn't do an oil change because it's not due right now at this moment, but when it does come due, I will have a video separately for that. I didn't do anything underneath the rear gear. I typically do not do anything under there unless I see any kind of fluid or anything. And then there's a couple other grease points that are on this unit as well that I did not show. The only thing I say about air pressure on tires, I like to go probably about 1 PSI higher than the tire recommends, just because it feels like it's rides a little bit easier that way. That is the maintenance on my Husqvarna UTH 2246. Hope this information was useful or helpful for you, and if it was, please subscribe and share. And that's to the point.